Sometime later, Jesus went up to Jerusalem for one of the Jewish festivals. Now there is in Jerusalem near the sheep gate a pool, which in Aramaic is called Bethesda, and which is surrounded by 5 covered colonnades. Here a great number of disabled people used to lie, the blind, the lame, the paralyzed. One who was there had been an invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and learned that he had been in this condition for a long time, he asked him, "Do you want to get well?" "Sir," the invalid replied, "I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. While I'm trying to get in, someone else goes down ahead of me." Then Jesus said to him, "Get up, pick up your mat and walk." At once the man was cured. He picked up his mat and walked. The day on which this took place was a Sabbath, and so the Jewish leaders said to the man who had been healed, "It is the Sabbath. The law forbids you to carry your mat." But he replied, "The man who made me well said to me, 'Pick up your mat and walk.'" So they asked him, "Who is this fellow who told you to pick it up and walk?" The man who was healed had no idea who it was, for Jesus had slipped away into the crowd that was there. Later, Jesus found him at the temple and said to him, "See, you are well again. Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you." The man went away and told the Jewish leaders that it was Jesus who had made him well.
Here are the moral lessons in this passage. Number 1, faith and desire for healing. Jesus asked the man, "Would you like to get well?" This shows that a genuine desire and faith in the possibility of healing is essential. We must want to be healed or helped before we can receive divine intervention. Number 2, God's timing is perfect. The man had been sick for 38 years, but when the right time came, Jesus healed him instantly. This reminds us that even if we endure long periods of suffering or waiting, God's timing is always perfect for our breakthrough. Number 3, obedience leads to miracles. When Jesus told the man to stand, pick up his mat and walk, he obeyed, even though it might have seemed impossible after so many years. Obedience to God's instructions, even when they don't make sense, can lead to miraculous outcomes. Number 4, God's compassion extends beyond rules. The Jewish leaders were more concerned about the Sabbath laws than the man's healing. Jesus shows that God's compassion and care for people is greater than strict adherence to rules and traditions. Number 5, repentance and holiness. After healing the man, Jesus told him to stop sinning to prevent worse things from happening. This underscores the importance of repentance and living a righteous life, showing that physical healing is connected to spiritual well-being.